a friend actually brought up a point in a conversation yesterday, and they were saying how we all grow up and our parents tell us at some point, you'll understand this when you get older.
Mm.
I'm 29 now,
Mm-hmm.
and some of those things that I understand now, I still see adults not understanding.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They be like what it be like. Like you already know what it is. It's your boy Calvin LightMy Way, and today I got a very, very, very special guest. This is a true family member. This young brother beside me is also a podcaster, entrepreneur. This guy, when I say when we get deep inside the mind on what's going on in your brain and what's coming down the pipe, this brother is an awesome individual to come to as a resource. None other than Gabriel Elijah. What's going on, brother?
Not much, my brother. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So tell the people a little bit about you, what you do, what your specialty is.
So yeah, how y'all doing today? My name is Gabriel Elijah. I am from a small town called Faison. It's here in North Carolina. I started out doing, I growing up, I thought I was gonna be into sports. It kind of changed. I got caught up in friendships, and whatnot. That really wasn't my interest. I've always been like a more technical, type of person. I I found that I love speaking to people and teaching people. So now I do podcasting. I have a podcast called the Psych Expansion Podcast, where we explore the deeper parts of the mind. We talk about connecting, building a bridge in a sense from past, present, and future generations. Yeah, man, that's where pretty much where I'm at right now.
So where can people hear your podcast, bro?
We have visuals on YouTube. We also have the podcast. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to hear your podcast at.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
what's
sir.
the name again?
Psych Expansion Podcast.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
So, brother, today I really just want to have a conversation because whenever I look at you, man, I remember back when you were born.
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm a little old. Right? I remember back when you were born, man. And honestly, one thing I can say about you, you've always been a super intelligent human being.
I
Man.
appreciate you.
Always had great grades.
Mm-hmm.
And a little different.
Mm-hmm.
A little different.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people see a little different and it's like, why? Was that weird? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those are the ones that change the world, bro.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that change the world.
I actually had a thought when back in the Crumpin days, you had actually gave me a name and it was Focus.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me. Like like that moment, I was like, what did he see in me at that time? Like, why that name?
Right.
But yeah.
Man, that's amazing. Man, I remember them days, man. We did a lot of dance. A lot of dance.
Yeah.
But so when it comes to psych expansion, bro, like, I really want you to like elaborate on that. Like, what's your I wouldn't say ideology, but like, what's your thought process in psych expansion?
So there's a friend actually brought up a point in a conversation yesterday, and they were saying how we all grow up and our parents tell us at some point, you'll understand this when you get older. I'm 29 now, and some of those things that I understand now, I still see adults not understanding.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, how much do you live in this world, and is there a balance between you just living in this world and going about your everyday life? Does that balance at all about self-reflection and thinking deeper into why you think and feel the way that you feel.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is this feeling attached to, this thought or this word? Give you an example. So just for it as a person, like if you're in a job and a person says I'm your boss, or some people may perceive it differently,
Yeah.
but like why is that feeling, like what is it about a person uh of authority stating their position of authority or whatever? Why does it make you feel whatever way? I honestly, it's just talking about connecting and the feelings and the thought process of past, present, and future generations.
I love that,
Yeah.
bro. Like a lot of times, like when I was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
I was the quiet kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And some people thought they didn't know what to think, right?
Right.
That's one thing about quiet folks is like you don't know how to take them.
Right.
Because they're not putting out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not giving a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they thinking about, right? But I've always been a person that looked at people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm very introspective of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's, let's say there's an argument, right? I go to a third party and I tell what happened. And a lot of times people, oh yeah, man, I think you were right. I'm like, hold up, bro, stop.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Because I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I want to know the truth.
Yeah.
I don't want confirmation bias.
Right.
I want the truth.
Right.
So for me, being a quiet person, I love to people watch.
Mm-hmm.
I love to understand why people do certain things, why people act certain ways. And one thing I've realized is a lot of young boys, right,
Mm-hmm.
have the tendency to say, I don't want to be like my dad.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to be like my dad. But more times than not, they repeat the same cycle.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily a negative thing or a positive thing.
Right.
It's human nature.
Right.
What we have the tendency to do, even with language, is we pick up cadence.
Mm-hmm.
We pick up processes
Mm-hmm.
through those around us. So if I speak and I say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The kids around me are going to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say like a lot,
Yeah.
the children, the people around my circle
Right.
are going to speak in the same type of cadence.
Right.
Like that's community, that's environment. But when it comes to intellect, behavior, how we see relationships, it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I know for myself, my son he used to say when he was real small, because I was mean,
Mm-hmm.
right? I ain't want to be like that. I want to be like that, right?
Yeah.
And now I see him, and I'm like, yo, Jay, chill, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, chill. You going a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the type of cat, like, we got an issue, I go for the jugular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play around. I'm not. Now I'm very direct.
Right.
The same way. Like it's not. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to realize, he's like, I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you have to come to grips with certain things. You have to process it. Cause see, like me, introspective, I have the tendency, or used to have the tendency, it's still in there, to be a hothead, right? To get mad and lash out. So what happened is I realized where it came from through looking at my father, through looking at past on our side of the family, right? Just looking, and by identifying the matter, I was able to say, okay, if this is what my triggers are, I can't look to the world to stop triggering me.
Yeah.
I have to take responsibility for my behavior and how I react.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that we can control is us.
Yes.
We can't control situations. We can't control this world. We can't control laws, right?
Yes.
But only thing that we can control is how we react to situations.
Yes.
So I had the tendency to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I get upset, I get quiet. And like even my wife's like, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm just processing.
Mm-hmm.
Because used to I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. And I just leave it there. But what we have to do for those close to us, right? Especially if you're in relationships, marriages and so forth, we have to let the people around us know how we process.
Yes.
Because if we don't allow them to know how we process, they start to internalize certain behaviors and think, oh, he's shutting down or she's shutting down and they don't love me or they don't like me, right?
Yeah, that's important.
So we have to be introspective enough to understand who we are, why we are the way we are, and how to better behavior, right? But we also have to communicate that with the people around us so that they know, okay, I need to take 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That you said some things there,
Oh,
you know.
go ahead.
You know, the first one is the quietness, right? I feel like how I was brought up was told to more or less be quiet, and you know, and I was kind of shy as well, so I feel like that there helped me. It helped me by me being shy and quiet. It's like my natural innate ability to observe, you know.
It heightened.
Yeah. So that was one thing that really you know, that skill, it's because it is a skill to be able to observe a person and read and go off of their energy. Like, it's just a skill. Another thing you said as well, the fact that you thought in a deeper sense to like why do I feel this way, and you went back and reflected and corrected or whatever the case may be. Process. Yeah. You know, you didn't just leave it there, because that's where a lot of people mess up at. You know, they just leave it there, and then they stay mad at that same situation instead of going back and fixing it internally. You know, and the communication part. I listen. I am big on communication. Even if you don't know what to say, say something.
Go ahead.
Say something, right? Talk about it, because you never know what may come out, or what, you know, the other person may have to say to you that you take and go forward with.
And see, now I gotta hit 2 spots. So the thing about what people do, we have the tendency to accept patterns.
Yeah.
Right? We love patterns. A lot of people, I don't like, you know, routines. No, you love them.
Yeah.
Like, most people love routines unknowingly. Like, you can jump up out of the bed and brush your teeth blindfolded. Jump up out of bed, you know where the bathroom is. You go and brush your teeth. You go, like, it's this process. We know where we're going, but we have the tendency to do the same thing with bad behavior.
Yes.
Right. We'll say, okay, my daddy was like that. I'm like that. His dad was like that. I'm like that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just I'm an angry drunk. Like, you know what I mean? Or oh yeah, like, my family, they have problems with alcohol. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't go there.
Right.
Nah, but that's what we do. So whenever I go, I'm turning up. Like, okay, if you have identified the trigger, let's not keep pulling that thing.
Right.
Like, let's take control of oneself. There's this book that I was reading. It's actually on the table, The Silver Mind Control Method. I saw this book, man, and it blew my mind, right? Because I was like, because marketing for the book, it's very old. But the marketing for the book is like, yo, this dude teach people how to be psychics and all types of stuff, right? But the gist of the book is not about mind control in the sense of me controlling your mind, me controlling my mind. Because how the world works, right, is your mind is a creator. We are creators.
Yes.
You know, God created us in the image of Him, right?
Yeah.
God is a creator.
Yes.
We are creative.
Yeah.
We only find fulfillment and happiness and joy when we create. The process of making, developing, and giving back to the world, creating with what. See, God is the only one that can rock. It's a Hebrew word, and it's actually a word that magicians use. Abracadabra. Abra. So, like, God can create from nothing. From nothing.
Yes.
But we being in His likeness and image, we can create, but we create with things that are around us. You see what I'm saying? We can't create from nothing, because, you know, that's big pops. You know what I mean? But we can we're like Him, so we can create from the things that are around us. Now, our mind has the power to create and develop ideas, process. We can even have what is inspirational thoughts, right? Where, oh man, this would be a great idea for a podcast. This would be a great idea for a t-shirt design or a brand. You know, this process, this could change the world. You know, if I do it like this, like these things start in our mind. But what we have the tendency to do is say, but how am I gonna finish?
Yeah.
How am I gonna complete it? How am I gonna get started? Yeah. And we leave those inspirational thoughts that could change the world in our head, and those dreams, those goals, those missions that were given to you by spiritual inspiration that hit the back of your mind. We let them die with us when we leave.
Yep.
But when we can control our mind and tap into what God has placed in us, bro, we can change it.
Yeah, I agree.
We can tap into and develop and be more than we even think possible.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like with me and yourself, we're teachers, bro. But we didn't want to teach in school.
No.
Nah, I ain't want to be. I'm not.
Nah, I'm
like,
good.
Teaching third grade. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not like that. I love my kids, but I'm not dealing with them kids. You see what I'm saying? But we'll think teaching like, and we'll put it in a small little box. We put it in a small category. Then when we expand our psych expansion is coming back.
Yes, sir.
When we can expand our thoughts, we can see that teachers are all around us. There's teachers on job. They're called trainers, right? Yeah. What they do, they teach you how to do the job.
Yeah.
There's coaches that teach you how to play the game. They teach you what to do, what not to do. Shoot, police at times are teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like the world is full of teachers, but we have the tendency to think on a small level. But we can expand our thoughts. We can expand our mind. We can see that we can teach on a different level. Yeah. But you can only teach on the level of the input that you put in.
Yes.
So we got to continually grow.
Yes.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, you definitely if there's a person, I don't shy away from listening to anybody.
Right.
You know, because I never know what type of information this person has. Whether when I was living in Raleigh, you know, I would walk downtown, but if you know they have a pretty significant population of homeless people. You know, but I would have someone talk to me at times, and I would engage in a conversation because a lot of them honestly
people out there, bro.
Yeah, and they knew some stuff, like really taught me some stuff or opened my eyes to how people think. So in that sense, I just relate that back to, you know, everybody is a teacher or in some type of way. Whether they know they're teaching or not, whether that's their intention or not, you're learning something whether it's about how people feel about the world or the certain different types of people. So I definitely agree with you on that. You said something else, but it slipped my mind, honestly.
I think that's gonna happen a lot.
Yeah.
You said some stuff a while ago, and I couldn't find out where I was gonna go. But this is the thing too, bro. It's like that's the importance of community.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I'm gonna quote the Bible from time to time.
That's fine with me.
But the Bible, it says like it's not good that man should be alone. Right.
Yes.
A lot of time people equate that simply to the man and female relationship. But it also speaks to the dynamic of who we are. We're not meant to be alone. It's good to have that quiet time where you can be introspective. But for us to thrive and find fulfillment, it comes through relationships and dealing with people. Now, whenever we can control our mind, we can then relate our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions through conversation to people around us. And for people that ain't that, emotionally intelligent, we can break down and unpackage what other people are saying and what they mean. Because at times, some things get lost in translation when it comes to conversation.
Yes.
Because some people just listen for you to shut up
Yeah.
so that they can say what they want to say, right? Versus listening actively, like actively listening, like you're listening to what the person say, how they explain it, and even create a visual in your mind on, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You might not agree with stuff, but you get it.
You empathize with it.
I can empathize. I can understand where you're coming from, so that if we're not in a debate, that's something I ain't studying. But but if we're in conversation and I'm trying to explain or explore an idea with somebody, I can get them to at least understand.
Yeah. Because
it's not really about conversion or making someone change their mind. It's about, like you said, expanding their mind to new information.
Yeah.
Just simply new information.
Yeah, it helps for a conversation. Whenever you can see things from a different perspective and empathize with a person, you know, it's not so you're not so set in on, for one, like you have, when me knowing that other people have it harder than me, you know, helps me in a sense to where now when I have a conversation with this person, like I don't really know how I'm trying to say this, but it's like,
here you go. This is something I was taught. Whenever you have a complex idea, you can use a story to explain it, right? You use a story to explain it.
So there's this, I used to work with this person, and me knowing that, me coming from a small town with a lot of people having small town mindsets.
Yes, sir.
I used to work with this person, and I could understand why they didn't see the possibilities of making something happen in life.
Right.
You know, just me having that perspective, you know, because if I was born in money, you know, all my life, I wouldn't understand why they thought this way, because I've seen what can happen. I've seen what is possible.
Like, we always had money.
Exactly. like you can just go do this and do this, but I understand why that person thinks that way, because of community.
Right.
That's surroundings. You know, but that is yeah.
That's the power of community, man. Also, just that moment right there. You know, leadership. That's what I do. With communication, that is one of the biggest game changers. Just take that. Make sure you take, whenever you're explaining or giving information that's complex, if it's deep, and you're not sure if the other person knows what you're talking about, use stories.
Yeah, that definitely helped me. I'm not
stories,
that got it right out.
because like with stories, what happens is, with a story, you take yourself back to the process. You take yourself through the journey. You create a visual, so why that person's listening. I mean, I saw you at a job. I saw you talking to, I'm just saying, a guy, right? And they had the small time mentality, and they were talking, this ain't gonna work. We can't do this or that. And then, like, I could see you empathizing. And then it's the process. It's like, wow, like, I get it. It creates better visuals.
Yes.
It helps people get the point, because stories, people love watching movies, man. People will watch a series about a serial killer, right? Or murderer, and be like, man, he won't that bad. Why? Because of story.
Yeah.
Because of a perspective. He had a bad childhood. It wasn't his fault. That's scary, right? But when you take the power of a story and you give it power in a positive, oh man.
That reminds me of the AI situation. Just to talk a little bit, touch on that a little bit. That reminds me. So a lot of people see, whenever I mention AI to a lot of people, they go to either iRobot, right? They
Terminator, bro.
It's an immediate
Terminator, bro.
right? It's like a light switch. AI robot, iRobot. But you know, I think that movie doesn't do AI justice in a sense, because like it's painting a picture, a bad picture on. It's giving it a bad connotation, right? Like you're when you hear it, you just think of negative things. You know, I think that we need to, like you said, put a positive picture on it, because I feel as if life is just a representation of art, right? Like we can only produce, we can, as a person, I can only produce what I know, right? Like, you know, so I feel like if we're putting out bad, we're preparing ourselves for bad.
The output is only based off the input.
Yes, yeah, to sure.
Okay,
yeah.
So we did an episode on AI before, right? And I was talking about the how I'm using, right, for my business, for writing copy, for podcasts, for sales letters, for, you know, everything, right?
Yeah.
And we also went down the rabbit hole because I have this is it's almost like chaos theory. Okay, anything left to its own will ultimately go into chaos.
Yes.
Okay, if there's a child, right? Let's say you got a kid. I got a son, right? Boom. But I give him I don't teach him nothing. I leave him into his own. This baby's just gonna poop and crap all over itself. This baby ain't gonna be able to eat. This baby's gonna die. Right? If this teenager is of age and I don't give him any direction, any guidance, he's gonna go into chaos.
Yes.
He's going to go down the worst possible path when left to his own devices. With AI technology, anything, same thing. If it's left unto its own, it will ultimately go into chaos. So that's why we jump down that rabbit hole.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, with AI as it stands right now, I feel that people better learn.
Yeah.
They better learn, because if you don't learn, you're gonna be out of a job.
Yeah.
Whenever the industry change, right? Industry change from agriculture to industry. I mean, literally, everybody had land. Everybody was a farmer. Everybody went to market. They sold, they trade, they bartered. Before that, it was slaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was like their upgrade. It's like, yo, I ain't got to jump out there. I got slaves that's doing the work for free, right? Then, whenever I'm gonna say slave, they got obsolete. In other words, they couldn't do it no more. So what they had to pivot, and it jumped into industry, right? So that's when you got the cotton gins and tractors and all that.
Yeah.
Then it jumped industrial revolution. Now we got companies.
Yeah.
Now people like, yo, bump this little farm work. I can drive in, I can go do these hours, and I can make more money. Boom. Now it's technology, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people are making so much bread online based off of what's possible right now. The next wave that's coming, bro, if you don't know how to work AI, you don't know how to work computer. If you don't know how to work computer right now, I'm sorry for you, bro. You lost. You're not gonna make any bread. You're not gonna. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work. Now, if you don't know how to work AI in the next few years, bro,
yeah,
you're gonna be left behind. Businesses is going out of. You're going out of business.
Yeah.
You're gonna be behind, because what AI can do right now can do the job of a lot of people. A lot of people's jobs are obsolete unless those same people learn to utilize AI and make themselves even more valuable.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of what I said before about the input. The output's only as good as the input.
Oh.
And if you're a copywriter, if you're a stylist, if you're a creative, you can put in the input to make AI level up.
Yeah.
It's going to level up.
Yeah.
And your work is going to be even better. Why? Because it's still your work.
Yeah.
It's your intellectual property that you inputted, and now it stepped it up to a new level, or quicker.
Yeah.
It took you from designing or creating. The process might have took you 7 hours on a regular. Yo, this is high quality master. Yo, I put the inputs in, boom, 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 and now I took 7 hours. Turned it into 1.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I do.
That capability, it will make people that's making money make even more money.
Yeah.
And the people that ain't making no money, utilize that skill set, can make bang.
You jumping ahead, like yeah, like you really will jump ahead. Like you start using it, you will jump ahead. You know, there was a report, and I'm sure you probably seen it, but the Goldman Sachs report of 300 million jobs will be gone. So, what I always go back to is like, you know, that's 300 million jobs, right, across the board, not just low skill level jobs, just across the board for middle class, wealthy, whatever. So, and a lot of people be like, you know, it's not gonna take my job. I just got put it like this, right? Let's just say AI doesn't take your job, but it takes your boss job. Whose job do you think he's gonna take? You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying something?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He got to go somewhere. You think they're gonna let him go or you go? Yes. Another little gem though is, well, some people may know it already, but there's people looking for work and whatnot. Again, using AI. What I did was I took the personality test, right? 16. I think there's like something like 16 personalities. Yeah. So I took the personality test, got my personality type, and I went to the AI and I asked it. I was like, you know, what type of jobs would, you know, fit me or whatever. This type of personality. Exactly, right. And it just gave me a list of things to look into, what I would probably get the most out of and whatnot. I use it to help me build a resume. It just does a lot, man. It does a lot of things. Like people, I don't know. Yeah.
Can't be afraid of.
Nah, you can't be.
You can't. It do seem like the beginning of a bad movie though.
It does. it really does though. And the thing is, that's why I've been looking into. There's a guy, if y'all want to look him up, right? His name is Sam Altman. Okay. And he's probably like one of the most known people in the AI space right now. He's the CEO of OpenAI, ChatGPT. Yeah. And he's on this world tour, you know, talking to people that's using it and seeing their concern, letting them voice their concerns to him, and that way he can take it back to the company, I guess, and so they can fix it. Right. I know one suggestion that he had, well, one thing that he said on the interview was basically using the AI to produce optimal solutions to keep it aligned with humanity. Yeah. But yeah, so using it to, I guess, help us to keep the world going.
I mean,
I don't fear it because, like, you know, I believe in God and whatnot, so I know He has the best outcome for us. So it's like I can't see anything bad happening, right, out of, you know, that He doesn't want to happen.
Right. So say, if anything, what's meant to happen gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So worry and fear isn't gonna make it any better or worse anyway.
Right.
So why not be prepared, have a mindset to learn and profit?
Yes.
In the process. I feel you 100%. But what I will say is some people literally don't have a relationship with God. They don't have a foundation.
Yeah.
They don't have, and what can happen is they can allow. You ever seen that movie Her?
Yes.
Okay. They can allow AI to become his God.
Yes.
Or his girlfriend.
Yes.
There's literally a chat bot on like Snapchat you can talk to.
Yes.
Like, bro, I could see that right now. Somebody that ain't got friends just chatting with the bot.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but there's this woman, and I want to. Her age doesn't matter, but there's this woman. It does, but it doesn't at this case because she's of age. Well, she has trained an AI on her voice, and she has multiple boyfriends. Well, her AI has multiple. She charges them $1 per minute to talk to her AI. Right.
Wow.
First week, $72,000.
Now see, this is where I go. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn up.
Yeah.
This is why you need community.
Yeah.
This is why people need to connect. A lot of cats don't know how to talk to girls no more.
Mm-hmm.
You came up under me. I kind of
Yeah.
led some brothers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, so you got to learn how to have conversation. A lot of people now don't know how to communicate with each other. They
Right.
don't know how to communicate with women. They don't know how to communicate with men. They don't know how to build relationships, rapport, and connect a true relationship of value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is people do what's comfortable to them. People don't. My generation, we talked on the phone. We talked on the phone for hours. What's your favorite color? All that bull crap, right?
Yeah.
We got to know each other. What people do now, they got to a point where it's like, yo, we text. Now we snapping. You know what I mean? I remember when my little brother was in school, in college, and he was dealing with little chicks, this and that, and he would hit me up like, bro, like, yo, she said this and that. Like, what should I say?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, what you mean? Like, I give. I'm Chat GPT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Big bro, come through.
I got you, bro. Like, and what happened? I mean, this rabbit hole. I'm down there. What happened was he got an understanding of like the game or what I was saying or why I was saying what I was saying. He would ask me questions like that, and he developed his own playbook.
Yes.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
That's important.
He developed his own playbook. But now with AI like this, you got cats that's getting catfished by a robot.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, and that ain't her intention. She making her bread. I ain't mad at her. But what you got cats that's getting catfished by AI. You got people that are spending money to talk to a non-real person because now the AI has learned her voice. It's got her cadence.
Yep.
It's giving, and that's all people want is a connection. And if you are unconnected, you're not in a church family, you don't have a community, you don't have a friend circle, heck, you ain't got a therapist, bruh, you're going to be lost in the sauce. And it ain't just about AI, it's just about the advancements of technology. Because what technology and social media, I told you I was going down a rabbit hole. What technology and social media has done has connected us, but disconnected us at the very same time.
At the same time, it definitely has. You know, it's really. I just did an episode. It's called "Swipe and Connect."
Y'all better check it out.
It's connect though. That word is just like, like you said, it connecting in the. It got to be a balance. It really has to be a balance. You have to have some type of interaction with humans, right?
Yeah.
Like because you will get lost in that social media world. I was just talking about like how dating has changed. You know, people don't know what it's like because you have so much access to people now.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I don't care if I get denied, but you would never talk to this person in person. But like, I don't know how to explain that confidence. Like, where do you get the confidence to do it online, but you won't do it in person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the power of the technology, right?
And see, that's the okay. Story time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a buddy of mine, and we were super close back in the day. He got into a lot of trouble as we got older, and mom and pops had conversation with me like, yo, he out of control, da da da. And I'm like, well, my advice, take the crutches off.
Mm-hmm.
Take the crutches off. And like, she like, it's like, as long as you keep bailing him out, you keep helping him here and there, he's never gonna get strong enough to stand on his own, right?
Yes.
And no and behold, Pops tried to take the crutch off. Moms won't feeling that. Crutches never left. Having my boy stayed in trouble. He stayed getting in situations, and he's nowhere near where he should be right.
Yeah.
And it hurts me, bro, because I love fam, but that's choices and decisions. I say that because what social media and AI that access does, it weakens our skill set.
That is key right there.
It weakens our skill set, and it becomes a crutch.
Yeah.
Because I got access. I'm married now. Y'all don't hit me like that. But if I got access to talk to this and that, and I got thousands of people that are all in the DMs, or I can be in their DMs, or I can swipe this way and they can now I'm connected. Like, yo, turn it up. Like, thank God this went around when I was little. But, but that access, it makes it weak because you don't learn the skill set of being in a room with somebody and approaching. You don't learn the skill set of having a conversation and getting to know and connecting in a, not even in a physical, like a sexual physical connection, but a physical connection in a sense of like looking into her eyes.
Yeah.
As in touching the small of the back. You know what I mean? Like that connection where you could create intimacy before intimacy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But with the social media, the freedom, right? Bondage, the freedom of it, you it's all about wham bam, thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's we boom, you match, oh, so what's up? Well, how you doing? Boom. So what we meeting? Then we meet, and then boom, 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 and then it's over. And it's like, yo, you just had a soul tie sexual experience here and there, but there was no connection.
Yeah, that's a cause for a lot of baby mama, baby daddy, you know, like that. I hate those words, but
depression.
Yeah, because it's like you didn't have any foundation to why y'all even
connected.
Exactly. Like, it was just an exchange of words and languages so complex. Like, he could have said something to you to make you feel that way, but that may not have been his intention.
You know, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. Yeah. This brother, I can't remember. I think it was Myron Golden. But he was talking. I think it was him. I'm sorry if it wasn't Myron. I'm sorry, Myron. If it was somebody else, I hope you get credit at some point. But it was talking about like words, right? And it was saying like words aren't just like built like in Hebrew, like they're spelled and they're built. But in English, they're spelled. They're not built. And he was saying, whoever it was, they were saying that our words have power.
Yes.
Right? And the reason they have power because our conversation, our words are spells.
Yeah.
Right? And in the sense of someone saying what they know they could say to get you to do what they wanted to do, they spellbound it. They bewitched you.
Yeah.
They cast the spell on you through conversation.
Yes.
Now with the power of AI, bro, ain't gotta hit his big brother up. Somebody can go to chat and be like, yo, the girl said this. What's the best way to get this particular outcome? What should I say? Slippery slope. We must be diligent, not in controlling particularly AI, but controlling the human experience for humans.
Yeah.
That's who we are. That's what our responsibility is as a community, is to connect on a person-to-person basis.
Yeah.
To build that relationship, to have that rapport, to connect. Like today, I got up this morning. I wake up early, like for no reason. It might as well be a problem, but I just deal with it. I woke up this morning. I was up last night, 12 or so, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Woke up 7 o'clock, and I guess 6 hours is about me. I got up. I'm like, boom. I went walking the other night with some people while the kids were in church. I'm gonna go ride my bike. I'm about to jump on my bike, so I'm preparing. I said, everybody else in the house sleep. I'm gonna feed my dog. I'm gonna go riding, and I want to do 30 miles. I said, I don't think I want to go by myself though. Let me shoot a text. I'm gonna use technology. Let me shoot a text to my pastor and my brothers and see if any of the homies from the church want to go ride. One of the brothers was asleep. Pastor was like, man, I was about to leave. I'm about to load the bike up. Like, bet. Pull up. We had a conversation whenever, we preparing, getting ready to ride. And Pastor told me, he's like, man, I was up and I said, I need to go ride. But I just kept laying there. And when you you sent me that text, it was like confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was confirmation. And through that confirmation, he ended up doing what he was supposed to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to do what I wanted to do by myself.
Right.
Right? And that's the power of that human experience.
Yeah.
Is to have that connection, that community of people like-minded,
yeah,
that like to do the same thing. Where you know what? Let's connect. And bro, today I gotta look at my numbers, bro. I got me a new bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I had like some mechanical issues the last couple times, like just practice runs out there, nothing serious. But Pastor and my brother Mallory, who was tinkering,
mm-hmm.
we got my joint right.
Mm-hmm.
So today I rode, man, I know my numbers through the roof.
Oh yeah.
Man, I've been doing like 13 miles per hour, like averaging speed, bruh. I think we was around like 16, 17.
Golly.
And at times, bro, your boy was like, you're like holding like 18 miles per hour on the bike, and there is no other, like, to me, other people, you know, might be jumping out of planes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the freedom, the experience,
mm-hmm.
the even if I'm by myself, like just challenging my physical
mm-hmm.
of being out there on that road, not the road, but on this trail, because I don't play in the street. Cars too big. But there's nothing like it, man. But there's really nothing like it when you do it with people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, that's huge. I was gonna ask you, like, what is the, and this doesn't, like, it's relative to what you said, but not more or less the point. But what's the difficulty level like to get to 18 miles per hour? Like, where would a person that I would say is moderately working out, right,
mm-hmm.
1 to 2 to 3 times a week, like,
okay.
what is their usual beginning?
I would say like a decently athletic person
mm-hmm.
could average 14 miles per hour.
Okay.
They might not hold it that
long.
long.
I was just about to ask you
that. They might
that.
not hold it that long,
mm-hmm.
but they could average it pretty easy. On a ride, I say anywhere, I say 20 miles or less.
Okay.
They could average 14 pretty fairly if they're riding by themselves. If you're riding with a group has the tendency to boost your speed, because if the person in the front is pulling. So you know how like when you're driving and you're behind like a 18-wheeler,
yeah, like
you're in its tunnel.
Yeah.
Like it's cutting through the wind. You can ride just as fast as you want to. You really ain't got to put your foot on the gas because you're riding behind the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that with a bike too. If I'm riding behind my pastor, okay, he fast. If I'm riding behind him, he's pushing and he's pulling me.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the wind cycle is pulling me, so I don't have to paddle as much.
Got you.
That's just like the power of riding in a group, but it's hard, bro. Like to keep up or stay on somebody's tire close enough where you're in that tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And bro, my new bike, bro, she a beast. The green machine, bro. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
but
even community is important when bike riding. You know what I'm saying?
You better connect. Oh, and how about I connected with a brother today. Me and Pastor, we rode. We had to make a detour because there was some work on the trail, and I met another brother that's in personal development.
Oh, nice.
He's a coach. He lives like close by.
Mm-hmm.
And he stays some stuff with him. You know
okay.
what I mean? And we have the same foundation. I say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, scripture, ministry, and helping people.
Gotcha.
And we about to connect. Brother gonna be on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yes. But like that's community.
Yeah.
And he said he was out there. He ain't really got nobody to ride with.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's
we
bondage.
exchanged numbers.
Yep.
Probably gonna come on the podcast. Probably check out our church. Like that's the power of like getting outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I got an extra bike too, man. You know, if you ever want to come on down here and jump on something.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the invitation. I'll definitely be
You just gotta come early. You gotta come early, dog.
Oh yeah, you be waking up crazy early, right? Like
it get hot fast, bro.
Okay,
so we got to get out there early.
So what's your time? Like when is your normal bike riding time?
I usually do Saturdays, especially since season's wide open right now.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, every other Saturday, because I still got a corporate job. But every other Saturday I'm jumping out there, and I usually occasionally jump out during the week on my days off.
Okay.
And I bust out some miles.
Okay.
But yeah, every other Saturday for sure. Since you got my schedule based off today.
Gotcha.
Right. We connect. We can set something up down the road, and I won't try to keep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know what I'm saying?
Nah. Because that's the thing. Like when you ride with people, people teach you.
Yeah.
People give you game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, bro, like do this, or whenever you come in here, you do that, and you learn faster. But if you just jump on a bike by yourself, it's gonna be a slow.
Gotcha.
That's the power.
Yeah. So like, last question about it.
So
like, what's the difference between your previous bike and your new bike?
Okay, my new bike is actually I've had several bikes.
Okay.
When I first started riding in 2020, pandemic era, right? That was why I was getting out there.
Yeah.
Because everything was shut down, but I can be outside.
Yeah.
I'm riding. That's why I got into it. So I bought like a mountain bike. That was cool. It was mostly for me, my son, and we connected with some brothers at my job, and we just rode.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy, nothing serious. We just getting outside.
Yeah.
Then my cousin, she opened her mouth in church when my pastor said something about on bike ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, Calvin ride, and I'm like, oh, like I wasn't even there.
Right.
Like, it's like Calvin ride. You should ask him. And he reached out, and he was like, yo, you ride? I was like, I mean, I started, but yeah, like I'm riding. So he put me on. He's like, okay, we can ride. Just meet me here. Da da da. What kind of bike you got? Told him. He was like, yeah, you can leave that home. I got one for you.
Yeah.
So I left my mountain bike home, pulled up. He had a road bike. I'll show you mine.
Okay.
Show me road bike. I was like, ooh, I ain't never rode no bike like that.
Mm-hmm.
They look a little different. So after I rode, he got this one bike. It's red, and it's probably to me, it's like the fastest bike in the world. You ride that bike and you feel like you're a cyclist, right? So I fell in love after I rode this super fast bike.
Mm-hmm.
That bike's probably like $2-3 grand, right? So
they can get that expensive?
Oh, they can get way higher than that.
Ooh.
So, long story short, I probably had 4 bikes since then. My first bike was a Trek Pilot. That's one I'll show you downstairs. It's a really good bike. It's fast. And I had a gray Fuji. It was pretty quick, but it wasn't as light as I thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up I held that for like a year, and then I sold it, and then I got me some.
Gotcha.
I had a red bike, a red Trek Madone, but it was an older bike and it was too small for me. The bike was so pretty, I was gonna make it work.
What makes it small? Like,
gotcha. Okay, a bike. When we little, right? We just get mountain bikes.
Okay.
You just get you a BMX bike, and
right.
This is what you ride. Everything we small, it's the size.
Yeah.
But as adults, we can't ride like that.
Okay.
There's sizes for bikes, so based off the frame size, it's based off your height.
Okay.
And your leg length.
Got you.
Okay, so I got a bike last year. It was a little too small for me. The bike should have been like 2 inches bigger for me, my height, and I wasn't getting all my power put into the bike like it should because it was too small. This past year, I sold that red bike. Came up, like I sold that for like $600-700.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this new bike.
I'm ready to see it.
I got this new bike. You walked past it, but my dog was all in your face.
Oh, okay.
But I got this new bike, bro, and it's big for me. Like it's my size.
Right.
and it is so fast. It's an endurance bike. It's an endurance bike, but it's aero too.
Yeah.
So it's made for speed.
Mm.
And bruh, it is so sexy. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But it's a sexy bike, bro. But what I say is, for anybody looking to improve their lung capacity,
Mm-hmm.
their breathing, I suggest a bike, because for me, I learned how to breathe better while on a bike.
Mm.
Because the process, especially when running up hills, is you have to breathe. Like how they, why would they teach women how to breathe during pregnancy?
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets so rough at times you can't breathe. You understand?
Yeah.
Like they have to, like they have to. If not, they can pass the heck out from the pain. Now on a bike, it ain't that serious, but you have to learn how to breathe. It's a process, like anything, just like dancing. Like if you don't breathe correctly, you're gonna get tired faster.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with a bike, it's the same deal. But for your heart health, your lung capacity, even if you got asthma, I suggest get you a bike. Don't try nothing crazy. Pace yourself and push. You will get better. You will get stronger. You will get faster.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Bro, you got any more questions? Not about my bike. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Before we bring this podcast to it.
No, I don't really have any questions. I did have a thought, so I will say it because it came to me for a reason. But so I don't know. We were speaking on. It wasn't deja vu, but it was like whenever you were speaking on how you were calling, I believe, your pastor, and he was just thinking about it or something like that.
Right.
So I've been having a lot of signs like that, but like as far as like I don't know, it's not deja vu, but it's like
almost like premonition. Or...
Yeah, like I would think of something or say something, and then honestly, soon after it happened, I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's right. Really been happening more frequently, but I don't know what that could. I didn't know if you had any like insight on that.
Okay. Disclaimer: I am not a mental doctor, professional, anything like that. I just read and I study my own self, flat out. But in scripture, whenever it comes to like you hear about like prophets, okay. I'm not saying that you're a prophet. I'm saying you ain't, but you can have spiritual inspiration, right? And a lot of time God uses things like that to warn us, right? That's not particularly what you were talking about, but God uses things like that to warn you, like, yo, you know, you ever been somewhere and you kind of vibe, and you're like, yeah, I might need to leave. Yeah. And then you leave and then you find out somebody got shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, like that's the Holy Spirit, like moving you. Okay. Right? Whenever you speak a thing and you speak it in confidence, that's biblical. Yeah. That's biblical. If you speak with confidence and with faith, it will come to pass. Like that scripture. Whenever you're connected to the source and you're speaking, it will come to pass. Okay. Also, it's a lot of times with people on the same vibe, like me and my pastor. We were talking, you know, we stay in contact from time to time. We ride. It's Saturday. It's pretty outside. Yeah. Right? But also, it's like timing. Like timing's so crazy. But whenever it happens and it aligns perfect, you, somebody else that y'all ain't talked to about nothing, right? And it connects. Yo, I just take it. Yo, that's the sign. Like, yeah. Okay. It's time to move. Okay. I don't know if that answered your question.
It did. It pretty much did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's him talking to me. Okay. Yeah.
Good. Only thing I will say right now is check my cousin's podcast out. Gabriel Elijah. Psych Expansion Podcast. Check them out. Dabble. Get a little information. Grow. Expand your mindset. expand your sight. Also, I do have a group for people wanting to learn about leadership. Want to learn about leadership, learn about mindset, grow spiritually, connect. I do have a group. The link will be in the description, or wherever this is. The podcast. Look in the show notes. All right, it is the Leadership Coach. Check it out. Get connected and grow. It's completely free. Monday through Friday, you're getting content, and I'm doing a live this Sunday. Whenever this come out, it might have already been, but you can check it out in the group. Check out the live. Also, if you're looking to grow and you want more in-depth teaching or connection, I do have a program that you can also find more information about in the free group. So get connected, lock in, check out Psych Expansion, and this was Cut the Noise, Growing Through Conversation. Till next time, lights out. Chill.